Welcome into Racing to Win. We're back at Sha Tin. It's just been all Sha Tin lately, and we've got a 10-race program coming up on Sunday. Joined in the studio to preview it all. It's a big show as always. We've got Paul Lully and Tom Wood, and after the group racing of Tuesday. Tom, what's coming up this weekend?
You've got a Class 2 on the all-weather to wrap the afternoon markets over the 1,650 metres. There's 6 making their all-weather debut, but they do have some artificial form over in other parts of the world where they were prior to arriving here.
And that race we will look at in depth in the second half of the show. Paul Lully joins us. Well, he had a mammoth, what do you call it, a super monster jackpot, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, and it went off. So we've got no jackpots for this meeting, but yeah, it was a really good one. So if you did get a slice of it, congratulations and well done to you. So no, nothing there. There'll be a couple of shorties. I think Fast Network will come up probably one of the shortest of the day.
He's looking to remain unbeaten at Make It 3-4-3. One man that has had an absolute flying beginning to the season is the train, Matthew Poon.
Viva Allah, he's going to win the first, and Matthew Poon, that's 3 wins for the season.
What a start to the season for Matthew Poon. There's another winner. Castle legend prevails. It's Matthew Poon again.
I didn't expect that, but I really thanks for the trainer and owner give me a support in the beginning of the season. Hopefully keep it up. I really want to get more opportunity, so I've been trying very hard to ask the trainer, please give me a trial, please give me some work. I really keen to have more wise. I think 2 things. First thing, I think mentally. Last season, beginning of season, I have to receive sort of like pressure, which is I never been like under lots of pressure, and now I try to turn to like energy, motivation. So now I become more positive, and physically, I think I just need to push myself to be like to focus on my training, to be much fitter. So I decided to start early training, start my training early as well.
Floof going up on the outside. It's the Floofer. Floof's going to win the first.
I think Vicky Stable look after really well in Chongfa, and he seems like more relaxed after the first Chongfa trial, and second trial I think he really changed, and pretty lucky we can win on his first start. So I believe Vicky will keep the horse healthy, happy, keep in good form. Yes, actually, I love him because every time I going not smooth in the season, he always give me some surprise, and also Frankie do a extremely like excellent work on. I think he's 8 years old, right? Yeah. Keep his form and healthy. So I think if he's happy, I still love to ride him.
There he is, Matthew Poon, Tom, and he's been one of the, we'll say, finds of the season, for want of a better word. He could not have had a better start.
No, I think it shows he's put in the hard yards as well. He's been up to Chungfa, to the trials, a lot up there in recent weeks, and been doing a lot of work up there. And I think it probably pays dividends as well, Paul, in terms of the new sort of fitness coach and things that the club have brought in terms of helping the jockeys in the specialised weight area that's now at Sha Tin as well.
Yeah, there's so much behind the scenes work for these jockeys these days with nutrition, fitness and everything, and they're going so well. And let's look at his rides. Floof's the last start winner. I thought Victory 33 was some chance down the straight, and All for St Paul's is an honest horse in the last.
Yeah, likes to go forward. Whether he can lead or not, there's a few other leaders in that race, but he's got a very good record with a horse that certainly is a great on-pace galloper.
He certainly is. So that is Matthew Poon looking to continue on after sitting third only behind Zach Purton and Hugh Bowman at the moment in the very early stages of the Jockeys Premiership. We can look closer now at the meeting. Sha Tin on Sunday. It's dual course racing once again. The rail in the A course position for the 8 on the turf, and there's 2 on the all-weather. The races we focus on: race 7, the trophy race, class 3 over the 1,000, and race 10, class 2 on the all-weather over the 1650. Race number 7 though, and kicking this off, we've got We Are Hero, whose best form is this course distance and also class. Carroll Street has the shadow roll-off and the blinkers going on. Pleasant Endeavours won 2 from 4 first up. Alpha One comes back in distance. Fast Network is unbeaten. King Prophet, Star Glow make their debuts in Hong Kong. Summer Cheers, blinkers on. Kaying Cheer wears a visor once again in a tongue-tie for the first time with Cheval Valiant Paul, a last start winner, and even with Alpha One in the race, he'll have too much pace, Cheval Valiant Femme early on.
He's just the quickest horse out, just about, isn't he? I mean, him and Nervous Witness, they're just all about early speed. So I think he can still cross Alpha One and get to the front. I mean, Alpha One's a quick horse. We saw Celestial Colours right on the speed last time. One for All likes to lead at Happy Valley. Fast Network always puts himself on the pace, Kaying Cheer as well. But I still think Cheval Valiant will lead.
Fast Network, he can't have done any more. It's been a great start to his racing career. Harder this week. Nick spoke to his pilot, Zach Purton.
Zach, Fast Network looks a plum ride for you coming up this weekend. Of course, 2 from 2 in Class 4, and couldn't really have been more impressive last time.
He's done a good job. You know, he sort of struggles a little bit sometimes to get his rhythm out of the gate early, and he copped a little bit of a squeeze there last time, but after he went a few strides, he'd gathered himself, got balanced, and from then on he travelled really nicely, and it was just a matter of, you know, waiting for the right time to ask him for his effort. And he's been a bit soft on the line in both his wins, so hopefully when the time comes and he's got to find a little bit more, he's got it there.
I guess finding that little bit more could be this time around. He's up into Class 3. I guess there is all that potential, isn't there, that he will take this step forward?
Well, we hope so. He's unexposed, he's lightly raced, he's a big horse that you would like to think would derive benefit from an outing, and he just continues to work well, so yeah.
Always nice to see the form take a bit of a boost. Obviously, Cheval Valiant win and 1 next time, so on paper it certainly looks very strong.
Oh, he's a pretty good yardstick for the Class 4,000 metre races, isn't he? He runs his honest race every time, and if nothing's there to run him down, he gets his chance, and if there's something there with a little bit of upside there, he quite often has to run second or third, but you know, he's always good to have in the races because you know what you're going to get.
Just quickly, the combination, of course, with Dennis Yip, that's always been a fruitful one, a winner at the meeting just gone. I must ask you, have you had a chance to sit on Massive Sovereign yet?
I galloped him a few weeks back. He's only early in his prep. He's going to trial, I think, at the Valley coming up. And then I think he plans to run early November in the Group 3 1800.
And of course, the horse that finished behind him in the placings in the Derby, Kaying Generation, runs at the same meeting. Fast Network, Tom, looking at what he's done, can he take the step up this week?
I think he can. He's obviously got 124 pounds on his back. Cheval Valiant, we've seen the form franked there, and he's drawn high, the highest he has been towards the grandstand rail, Paul. So again, I don't think he's going to be a massive price on the day, but I think he should go close.
Yeah, I agree. Look, he's looked really good. He's looked quite progressive as well. So, like, he should get a nice enough run, and I think he can win again. Yeah.
We Are Hero leads them home in this replay, Paul. We've got Flying High, actually, he leads them home in this replay. We Are Hero leads them in the book as horse number 1. Alpha One 4th, and Pleasant Endeavour has finished 11th. We Are Hero found some form over the 1,000 metres, but it's just been so much harder for him recently in higher grades.
Yeah, it has, hasn't he? Now, he's got to carry the 135. Angus will take a little bit off, but so he'll be down to 133, but it's still a big weight to carry. It was a better run. I don't mind Flying High as well. I think he's such a consistent horse.
Yeah, We Are Hero last win was off 85. He's now marked 79, so he's actually quite well handicapped for this assignment. He's not won for a long time, but would be just keen to see what he can do. He comes out of a trial where Jolly Companions won out of as well.
Next up is more straight trial form to dissect here, Tom, with Celestial Colours. Now, he's a horse that we didn't know down the straight prior to this at Sha Tin. This was his first go for a 30 race over the short course at Happy Valley. Does he figure for you in this race?
Yeah, he certainly does. He's another horse that's on about his last winning mark, chasing the talented Magic Control here, who went well on Tuesday in the Group 3. So he's definitely got a chance of field here, does Celestial Colours, flying high again. Summit Cheers sort of interests me a little bit, Paul, with the blinkers. He was terrible here, but I didn't mind his trial coming into this.
Yeah, the trial wasn't too bad, actually, leading into it. I didn't get him in, but I did get the other two. Flying High, again, he's consistent, so he's quite a good yardstick. And Celestial Colours, that was a really good run. And I was the same. I wasn't sure about him down the straight 1,000, but proved it was no problems.
He did indeed. So we go again with him. Cheval Valiant, speaking of proven down the straight, Paul, here he is giving Brittany Wong her first winning ride in Hong Kong. Barrier number 2, up in grade lightweight, yet to win in this class, but has placed numerous times.
I've got him in on a minor line because he's going to come in with this lightweight, 108 pounds. We know it's catch me if you can scenario with him, and it's a perfect ride for Brittany because it's a really uncomplicated straight to the front and catch me if you can. Now, if there's trouble in behind, that always helps Cheval Valiant.
And he's drawn barrier 2. The other horse that likes to go forward, Alpha 1, has drawn barrier number 4. So I guess it depends how much Alpha 1, sort of how much pressure he wants to put on Cheval Valiant too.
And finally, Tom, we've got a trial now for Kaying Cheer. This is up at Chung Fa. He's a horse in low in the weights too, 119. Couple of gear changes with him. Horse he beats in this trial is Voyage Bubble. He's had one start over the 1,000 at the Valley only.
Yeah, so course and distance first time for him. Looked good in this recent trial. He's another horse that can go forward in the race, so that makes him interesting here as well with the other speed that's in the contest. Looked to win the trial pretty easily, Paul, but hasn't shown a great deal of stamina recently, this horse.
Yeah, he hasn't. Look, and there's that question about the straight 1,000 for him as well, so I was happy to watch him.
He's out. Kaying Cheer, who is not out?
Going to go with Fast Network to make it 3 in a row. We'll see if he can feature once again. Celestial Colours comes with that strong form race. Cheval Valiant, Catch Me If You Can. And Flying High is so consistent, 7-4, 13-3.
Yeah, 7 Fast Network as well. He goes on top for Zach Purton and Deniship, the old firm teaming up again. Cheval Valiant in Celestial Colours. Didn't mind his last run at all behind Magic Control. He was a decent price that day too, Celestial Colours. And I'll throw Summit Cheers, and he should be a decent price in the race. He's 1 second up. Blinkers were on the trial. He didn't have any pressure put on him there. And he's drawn Hyde, Harry Bentley and David Hall. But settling with Fast Network to make it 3 from 3.
And there it is, the first part of Racing to Win for Sha Tin on Sunday. We'll take a break and come back with a whole lot more right after this. Welcome back to Racing to Win. We come out of the only break on the show because it's now time to roll on, Paul, to your last run reminder, which is about to appear. It's race 6, it's number 5.
Yeah, solid win. He's only had the 3 starts to date, has solid win, and this has been the best of them. You can see he was slightly slow away as well over the 1,400. He'd be racing over 1,400 metres on Sunday. He managed to get, it was a little bit wide, so he's probably 1 or 2 places back than he would probably like to there because he was ended up a little bit wide, and you can see him coming into the straight. He made up some really significant ground, and they didn't go overly fast as well. So I like the way he finished off. He looks like a winner waiting to happen for me, and he wasn't too far away from the winner here at all. So a really nice win run, I should say, from Solid Win, and I think he could be winning on Sunday.
Andrea Azzini and Ricky Yu, the combination with Solid Win. Post time for that race is at 3:35. That's Paul's last run reminder. On to the final race of the day now. It's on the all-weather 1650 metre Class 2. Moments in Time. He's one of a number that have their first look at this surface. Sword Point is another. All for St Paul's, isn't he? He's a 2-time course and distance winner. Wider draw for Adderfield as he returns to the races. Chilchibi's onto the all-weather for the first time. Berlin Tango. No first up form for him. Kaying Generation comes out of the Queen Mother Memorial when he last raced. Apache Pass is now with David Eustace, who has taken the one-eyed blinker off, the crossover noseband off, added cheek pieces and a tongue tie. And Turin mascot Paul has had one start at the surface for a placing, and there's two noted leaders in this race.
Yeah, there is definitely. Telecom Fighters, Moments in Time, Orvis and Paul's all like to go forward. So I think Telecom Fighters from the outside, that he'll just go on with it and get to the front. Orvis and Paul's might make it difficult for him in the early stages, but overall I think Telecom Fighters over the 1650 will have the superior speed. Kaying Generation will be looking for a bit of cover as well. Adderfield will get back, and the best Peach always gets back as well. It's a good race, this one, to finish.
It sure is, and of those runners, Apache Pass has a new home, and Nick spoke to his new trainer, David Eustace.
David Eustace, good, decent start to the training career. More on that in a moment. But you've got Apache Pass lining up in race 10. Fascinating old 8-year-old. I imagine you probably said to the Leo Racing Syndicate that you're going to have him ready early because you've given him 3 trials.
Yeah, look, this race was, the obvious race for him. He's right down the weights. He likes the dirt. He raced pretty consistently last year. I thought he's probably been unlucky not to get his head in front last couple of seasons, really. He tries hard. So hopefully I've, reinvigorated him to a point. I hope the race would come up a little bit weaker than it has, but at least he has got dirt form.
Exactly that. I mean, what you've got in your favour is obviously a lot of those sort of decent types of horses that you mentioned. I mean, some of them have never even set foot on this surface, so a complete unknown for them. But your guy certainly handles it well.
Yeah, that's right. He's drawn a gate, so it'll be positive from there where he quite ends up. I'll leave that to Andrea, but hopefully he's in the first half dozen at least, and he's fit and forward and ready to go.
David Eustace there on Apache Pass. Paul, we move on to our first replay, which features Telecom Fighters, Moments in Time, Red Hair King and Chill Chibi. This obviously is at Happy Valley, but it's the same distance they race over on Sunday.
Yeah, look, Red Hair King interests me coming onto the surface. He's been quite a consistent horse. He should get the race run to seat with the lightweight. I like the way he finished off here. Drawn nicely in barrier number 4. So he's probably the one I'll take out of this.
Yeah, I definitely want to take Chill Chibi out of it as well. He was home in the quickest section for that race, 23.36 behind Woodfire Bro. Settled a long way back. You make a good case, Paul, for Red Hair King because he's by So You Think, and they go well on the all-weather. Buddies, also So We Joy. They've been dirt winners by So You Think here.
They have indeed. So a push for Chill Chibi and also Red Hair King from the boys off that replay. Capital Delight, Tom Informed stable of Casper Founds. This last start win was over 1,200 metres, or last start second was over 1,200 metres. His win was also over this distance 2 runs ago. He's unknown at the trip.
Yeah, so that worries me about him here, and he covered a lot of ground in this race, so it was a good performance from him here. Just missed. It's good to see Ben Thompson getting another opportunity for Casper Founds after he rode him a winner the other week, but I'm not really keen on him at the 1650, Paul.
Yeah, I agree with you. It just worries me a little bit, that 1650 being by Capitalist there.
You were frothing at the mouth in the office about this horse, Paul. Earlier today, we thought we were going to call an ambulance. You were frothing so much, but you were just so excited about Sword Point coming onto the dirt.
Yeah, look, he's just got this really good, we talk about dirt pedigree for Red Hair King. Well, he's by American Pharaoh out of a Fastnet Rock mare. So his trials have always been good on the all-weather. He's won a couple on the all-weather before. We know he's a pretty good horse on the turf as well. Went through the 4-year-old series. He's been out of form recently. But this trial I thought was pretty good from him, and he just tapped up. And I think from barrier 6 he's going to run a good race on the all-weather.
His last one was off 94. He's rated 96, but he just was so horribly out of sorts last season. So I don't know where he's at.
That is Sword Point. This is Berlin Tango, Tom. We know he's very adept when it comes to this surface. This is a trial third from him. He's had 2 trials. The most recent one is this one behind Ladies' Choice. First up record's awful.
Terrible. 0 from 6 across all columns for Berlin Tango, but ran on late that last time out behind Woodfire Bro at the back end of last season. He was at the back in this trial. You can see he's been punched out wide of the horse. Next to him in the white there is Winning Gold. He won the last race at Sha Tin on Tuesday, but he's going to get a good run from barrier 1, but he's very hard to have, Paul, on that first up record.
Yeah, and 3 wins from 45 starts. He's very hard to catch. So not for me.
Sorry, Paul. Ladies' Choice, who won that trial, is also running at the meeting on Sunday. Turin Mascot. He's been trialling up pretty well over shorter distances. He runs third in this one after covering some ground. And of course, one of the place getters from the Derby, Kaying Generation, Pierre, has put a heap of miles into both their legs. Turin Mascot 3 trials, Kaying Generation 4.
Yeah, I don't mind Kaying Generation with those 4 trials. I know he's better over further, we've seen that, but he's a horse that's performed well on the surface overseas, and look, I wouldn't be surprised if he runs a cheeky race here, Fresher.
1650 would have to be his absolute bare minimum here. He was a polytrack winner at Dundalk prior to arriving. Of course, he got involved in that battle in the Queen Mother Memorial Cup, and it didn't work out well for him. He ended up weakening right out of it. And the other one, Chirin Mascot, he's won over 2200 metres. I just wonder if he wants 1800 on the all-weather.
Oh, it's an interesting race, isn't it, with the fact that there's horses coming to the surface for the first time. Distances are too short for some. Take a while to work out a top 4 for this?
Yeah, that's all fresh up. I'm going to take a chance with Sword Point coming onto the surface. Look, his turf form is horrible, as Tom said, but that was in group company. He's down here into Class 2 on a different surface. So hopefully he comes up a decent price, and as such from barrier 6, he's run second off 100, he's rated 96, 1 off 94. So he's around the right weight rating. Sword Points, he's on top. Kaying Generation in there for second. 1650 again is his absolute minimum. With the pace of the race, I thought Adafil, who is an all-weather specialist, get back and run on strongly. And then the So You Think Red Hair King coming to the service for the first time. But another one looks like he'll handle it with aplomb. 2, 9, 5 and 10 for me.
Chilchibi, the runner I'm going with here, onto the all-weather for the first time, a son of Rote, and look, he got back towards the end of the field and was still near last at the 300 metres, but closed off strongly behind Woodfire Bro last time out. Change of jockey as well, Lyle Hewitson, he's 1 from 1 on this horse, so they've opted for a change with the Chilchibi. All for St Paul's goes in the mix as well. Matthew Poon and Frankie Law teaming up with All for St Paul's. I don't know if he's going to be able to lead, but if he doesn't get in an early battle with the other horse that likes to go forward, Telecom Fighters, and even to an extent moments in time, if he can sit behind them, he might be a horse that's in the top 3 or 4 there. Red Hair King coming to the surface for the first time in Kaying Generation. Haven't minded his trials, but I think 1650 his absolute bare minimum here, the son of Churchill. 7, 3, 10 and 9.
And that is race number 10. As always, all races are previewed on the website hkjc.com. Click on audio and video for race-by-race analysis. You'll find Paul's selections for all of those 10 races amongst them. Near the end of the show, Paul, what's your best bet for Sunday?
We made it the last run reminder. I think we'll make it the best as well. Solid win. He's drawn 10, but I think he can slot in. The 1400 metres looks good for him, and he's had the 3 starts now. We just remind you down the straight of how he finished off really nicely here and wasn't too far away from the eventual winner in this race as well. So I think solid win with this run under his belt. He can improve, and he looks the one for me for the meeting by Star Spangled Banner. Andrea Zini aboard, and Harmony and Home came out and ran really well once again. So he's a horse which will make the best, and will make the value one, the one we sort of made the case for in the last, which is Sword Point coming onto the surface for the first time. Race 10, number 2, we'll do the play in race 4 down the straight. Metro Warrior, one of the best rated horses in the meeting, with Ace Victory and Gusty Fighter, 1, 2, 12.
Tricky old race, that one. Lucky 8, race 5, number 1. Jerry Chow riding here for Ricky Yu. 3 wide, no cover last start. Still stayed on exceptionally well. He's trialled nicely. Goes well first up. He's 1 from 1 in the grade. King of Dubai in race number 9. He's on debut, and he's well, he was in this trial here at Happy Valley. Didn't mind the trial leading into with this. He's had 5 in total. 1 at Happy Valley, 1 at Chung Fa, the other 3 at Sha Tin. Began fast in this barrier trial, settled 4th, and appeared to move to the line pretty well. He won a race at Canterbury and led all of the way to a win over there prior to making his journey to Hong Kong. And the play will team him up with Devano, and also Mighty Stride, who's not won in a long time. Mighty Stride.
We'll go race 8, number 5, Sky Trust, for that informed combination of Hugh Bowman and Casper Found. Blinkers off. He's had 2 trials to get ready. Last one was a 2-length placing behind La City Blanche. Race 6, number 3, Dream Pursuers, placed first up in the past, and he has trialled it well. He's hard to catch, but he seemed to be ready to go, if that trial was any indication. And the play, race 8, a QQP. Run timing, Sugar Ball, the last start winner, and Sky Trust 1, 2, 5 in race number 8. That's Sha Tin on Sunday. What's coming up in the diary is now on the screen. Back to Happy Valley on Wednesday night, then the Group 2 Sha Tin Trophy on Sunday the 13th, Tom.
Yeah, it should be a great race that. Looking forward to seeing some of our best gallopers there, Beauty Eternal, Galaxy Patch, but also Oktoberfest, Paul. Midweek you can get stuck into some German brews.
There we go. So hopefully if you're in Hong Kong you can make it out to Happy Valley Wednesday. It's always a big crowd.
It is indeed. It's been some big names trialling too. Had California Spangle trialling on Friday morning amongst Galaxy Patch and a few others. Romantic Warrior goes to Happy Valley Trials on Saturday. Thanks, boys.
Thank you.
And thank you. We'll see you at Sha Tin on Sunday for a 1 o'clock start.